rise. Support Court with Judge Vonda B is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB1052, Hall case. You're welcome.
You may be seated. Okay, Mr. Hall brought you to court, Ms. Doug, and you were served to be here. It looks like he was wanting a reduction in his child support. He actually wrote he had receipts in the petition. So, do you know anything about that?
Well, apparently he's Casper.
Okay.
Because he ain't showed up. So, I mean, he's clearly wasting my time. He was clubbing last night, so maybe he just couldn't get up.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because he did say something, he was a promoter, a rapper or something, right?
He a rapper.
Okay.
To rap himself around the job, but anyway.
That was not nice.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm frustrated.
I understand your frustration.
All right, folks, get ready for a wild ride as we dive into the Hall vs. Call case. Mr. Hall is trying to get a reduction in child support, but there's a twist. He doesn't even bother showing up to court. That leaves Miss Call to tell her side of the story all alone. The judge kicks off the session, and Miss Call doesn't hold back. She vents her frustration, revealing that Mr. Hall hasn't been stepping up as a father. She points out that despite his claims of struggling financially, he's been living it up with diamond-encrusted teeth and indulging in expensive hobbies. This isn't just about the money. It's about holding him accountable and showing how far some parents will go to avoid their responsibilities. The tension is thick as Miss Call prepares to lay out her evidence. The judge is all ears, and the stakes are high. Let's see how this one plays out.
You had to be here today. He didn't show up, obviously. So,
and I'm paying for a sitter, but okay.
All right, so he said he wants a reduction in child support. You know anything about that?
Yeah, but I don't think he deserves to get a reduction, Your Honor.
So tell me about that.
Okay, so last time you told him that he needs to put the kids on medical insurance.
Right.
He has failed to do so. The kids are still on my medical. Not only that, he's not picking them up for the visitation. I'm still paying people to help me as far as like sitters and take the kids to and from school.
Okay.
I have some proof right here of the things that Mr. Hall has been doing that shows that he has the money, but he's just not making the time.
Okay. So you have the proof, I'm assuming, to say why his child support shouldn't be reduced.
Correct.
Okay. Did you want me to look at that? Because if so, our bailiff can come and...
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
And so I made you your own copies, and I have some to go along with you.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yes. So in Exhibit A, Your Honor, you see Mr. Hall, and he's gone to the dentist and had diamonds placed in his teeth.
Miss Call takes the stand, laying it all out. She tells the court that Mr. Hall hasn't provided health insurance for their 3 children, even though the court ordered him to. On top of that, he's been skipping his visitation days, leaving Miss Call to shoulder all the parenting duties on her own. To back up her claims, she presents evidence of Mr. Hall's extravagant lifestyle, photos of his diamond-encrusted teeth, a video shoot, and pricey sneakers. Her argument is simple. If he can afford all these luxuries, surely he can provide for his children. The judge listens closely, clearly captivated by the evidence. This moment highlights the jarring contrast between Mr. Hall's flashy lifestyle and his failure to support his kids. It's a powerful look at the struggles of co-parenting when one parent puts their own wants before their children's needs.
So, I mean, he has the money, like, again, he picks and chooses what he wants to do with his money.
Okay.
And then, so if you go to Exhibit B, Mr. Hall just paid for a video shoot. So, again, he's showing that diamond-encrusted tooth.
All right. Have you seen him since he had these diamonds on his teeth?
No, ma'am. I hadn't seen him since the last court.
Okay. Do you know, and maybe it's in your evidence, I'm just jumping ahead. Do you know if he ever mentioned how much these crushed diamonds cost?
No, but I'm pretty sure he paid a good penny for them. I'm sure he didn't put rhinestones in his mouth, so.
It could be that, what they call it, that cubic stuff?
CZ?
Yeah, I think that's
it. I'm not sure.
Okay.
And then on Exhibit C, you see he's laying in a bed of clouds, or cotton or something like that, but
Yeah, it looked real interesting.
yeah, he's out playing and not helping with the 3 kids. So again, I don't feel like it needs to be reduced, because if you can see, I mean, from the pictures and stuff, that Mr. Hall is just not being an active participant or parent, and I'm doing all the parenting and stuff by myself. Again, he didn't even bother to show up to court, but he had me served, so.
The judge carefully examines Miss Call's evidence, including the photos of Mr. Hall's diamond teeth, a video shoot, and pricey sneakers. Miss Call argues that these extravagant spending habits clearly show that Mr. Hall has the means to support his children, but simply chooses not to. The judge, intrigued by the evidence, asks about the cost of the diamonds and the video shoot, but she points out that without Mr. Hall present, there's little she can do. Miss Call, undeterred, suggests that Mr. Hall was likely too caught up in his rapper lifestyle to attend court, highlighting his continued lack of responsibility. This segment builds suspense as the judge weighs the evidence, considering how Mr. Hall's absence could affect the case's outcome. It's a crucial moment that could shape the decision to come.
In Exhibit D, am I supposed to be looking at some tennis shoes?
Yeah, so in this picture, Mr. Hall has on some new retro Jordans, but has yet to pay retroactive child support. So, yeah, those shoes can go anywhere from $200, depending on where he purchased them. I'm sure he could have used that money towards the health insurance.
Well, if those shoes are that expensive, then yeah. So, I mean, thank you for bringing it. I don't really know what to do with it because he didn't show up for court today.
I know.
Did he contact you at all about coming to court?
No, but I just went on his Instagram and he had like a show last night. So apparently, like I said, it must be more important than being here. He maybe just laid up somewhere, so I don't know.
Does he get paid for appearances when he has these shows?
He does.
Okay.
And
so it's not volunteer work?
It can range anywhere from like $3,000 to $10,000, depending on what venue is called him. So I'm not sure why he isn't here, Your Honor. I just brought my evidence to do my due diligence because I was ordered to come to court. So I don't know what to say about Mr. Hall, but I mean, the child support can just stay the same and him just reimburse me for the medical because he's not going to do it.
Okay.
The judge ultimately rules that, since Mr. Hall is the petitioner and failed to show up to court, the case must be dismissed. However, she praises Ms. Call for presenting strong evidence and encourages her to file for a child support increase if she can prove that Mr. Hall's earnings have gone up. The judge also warns that Mr. Hall may refile the petition, but Ms. Call is ready to stand her ground. She voices her frustration with Mr. Hall's behavior, expressing that she's tired of being the only responsible parent. The judge empathizes with her, reminding her that the court is there to support her and her children. This segment highlights the significance of accountability, showing how the court plays a crucial role in ensuring children's needs are met, while also marking the decisive conclusion to a case filled with emotional turmoil and legal challenges.
Well, I do appreciate you showing up, that you got served. You may not know this, or maybe you do know it, depending on how often you have to come to the courthouse and do your own paperwork and such, but everybody doesn't show up when they're served to come to court. So that I can appreciate, and I also can appreciate you bringing actual evidence, because people don't do that either.
Right.
However, I don't know.
It's really nothing.
There's really nothing that can be done because he's the petitioner. He's the one who brought this lawsuit before the court, so he would be the one having to come in and state his claims for relief. This would be like your rebuttal evidence, essentially. Right. So, I mean, there's nothing for me to do but to dismiss this case. Now, I just want you to understand, he can refile it.
Okay, that's fine.
So, I would hope he wouldn't do this again, but I just want you to know that he could do this again.
I mean, and if he does, I'm sure he'll give me more evidence, so, you know.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. I mean, I showed up to court because it's the law, so that's why I showed up. So.
Okay, well, thank you for that. Well, did you have any questions for me while you're here?
No, Your Honor. I mean, I feel like everything was answered last time. I know, well, yeah. Can I get an increase if he does bring me back to court and I show proof that he's making more money?
Well, and see, that's the thing. Even if you do show proof, you have to file your own petition with the court, asking the court to increase his child support.
Okay. All right.
All right, do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, well, if there's nothing further, you're dismissed.
No, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Wrapping up, Judge Vonda summarizes the case, stressing that parents must prioritize their children's needs over personal luxuries. She commends Miss Call for her diligence and reminds viewers of the importance of showing up in court when served with legal papers. The judge also emphasizes the necessity of financial responsibility, particularly when children are involved, making it clear that the court will always prioritize the well-being of the child. She reinforces that parents must be held accountable for their responsibilities. This case serves as a powerful reminder that parenting is a lifelong commitment, both emotionally and financially. It's a decisive conclusion to a case filled with drama, legal complexities, and a clear message. The court will not tolerate neglect.